Dumb. Added a couple extra dumbs. Dumb. If you wanted to. Dumb. So, Sal, is Tom Brady overreacting to the new number rule change?
No, he's not overreacting. And thank you, Tom Brady, the GOAT, for thinking of little old me and us linemen out there in the world, you know, in the trenches, the hogs of us. Now, he was saying this tongue-in-cheek, I'm assuming. It just read that way. But selfishly speaking, of course, this had more hype than impact. I'm sitting there like, I was pumped. You ever light up one of those firecrackers and you're like, and they go, you're like, oh, man. My homeboy had a van, let me just say that. Some TJ sticks, they call them M80s, M100s. Woo-hoo. Boom. That's what I expected out of this. Boom. Let the linemen wear what they want to wear. Hey, Wiley, if you were still playing, you could wear number 3. Stuff like that. Because the NFL right now lost a lot of excitement, energy, revenue, and also production. People didn't even think about this. 1984, when the NFL allowed linebackers to wear jersey numbers in the 90s, you know what happened? Sacks went up by 98. Damn! 2010, when they allowed the defensive linemen to wear the numbers in the 50s. Ugly numbers, but still, it's in the 50s. Sacks went up by 29. Now, there are other numbers that happened and the numbers went down, but I'm not going to bring that up because that doesn't help my argument. My argument is this. Don't be the no-fun league NFL right now. Open it up. Open season, trial season. Wear whatever you want to wear. One, all of the jersey companies out there, whether it's just Nike or just anybody selling memorabilia, is like, yes, because I already have the 99 J.J. Watt. Now I can get the number 9 J.J. Watt, and then he has to go back to whatever rules you want to go with going forward. The point is, they missed the moment, and Tom Brady pointed it out.
So you think Tom Brady's main aggravation or frustration is coming from, like, the fact that offensive linemen don't get the luxury of the change?
Yeah, I think he really is sitting there saying, this is not for all, so why'd you even do it?
Okay, fair. So I was thinking myself, Sal, you know me, I'm trying to figure out what are the other issues here at play for Tom Brady. And I realized, I don't know if it's just the fact that his offensive linemen, they don't get an opportunity to wear whatever number they want to wear, but I think it might confuse Tom Brady. Because if you're a quarterback, remember as a QB, you got to set your front. You know this, you play defensive end.
Yeah.
You got to figure out where is the extra rusher coming from.
Mike 51.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You got to figure out where the extra rusher's coming from. And when there are different jersey numbers, it will confuse you. My experience is my expertise. Played Mike linebacker. So as the quarterback of the defense, I'm going to show y'all why I might be confused with the jersey number change and how it could lead to an issue.
Really?
Let's go to the big board.
Are you serious?
I think Tom Brady might be mad, Sal, to your point, at the discrimination against the offensive linemen, but he might be mad at the confusion. So I'm a linebacker. Y'all are going to be the linebackers here. You all are going to be Jalen Smith, the linebacker for the Cowboys who was wearing the high white socks. Y'all gonna be Jalen, and it's gonna come back in a second. Now, if you're Jalen Smith, you have to tell your outside backers where you are rushing from. You have one outside backer, you got a nickel back. They have to be on opposite sides of the formation. In the picture behind me, your outside backer is Aldon Smith. Y'all stay on the screen. Your nickel back is highlighted at the top. An outside backer and a nickel back always have to be on opposite sides of the formation. You're the Mike linebacker. You're Jalen Smith. You are making the call. You said, hey, rock. All that means is, hey, right outside linebacker, you are rushing. You are the fourth rusher. Aldon Smith, you are rushing. Y'all stay on the screen with me. Now, because Aldon Smith is rushing, I, Jalen Smith, am guarding Dan Arnold, the tight end, and at the top, my nickelback is guarding Larry Fitzgerald. Very simple. Like bodies on like bodies. Linebackers covering tight ends, nickelbacks covering receivers. Let's move the screen. Because if I'm now changing and I'm guarding a tight end, I can do that. I just showed y'all. Jalen Smith is guarding Dan Arnold. Aldon Smith is blitzing. At the top, Larry Fitzgerald is on Jordan Lewis. That's easy. But what happens if I don't know who the tight end is because he's wearing a different jersey number? What happens if all of a sudden Dan Arnold, who is number 85, comes out in something that I can't recognize? Let's move the screen. Because if he comes out in a jersey number that I can't identify, then I, as Jalen Smith, don't know which way to designate the fourth rusher. Remember I told y'all, Dan Arnold is number 85, but say this season he comes out wearing number 12. So now at number 12, I don't know what position he plays. Is he a tight end or is he a wide receiver? So if now I'm Jalen Smith and instead of calling my fourth rusher this way, I call my fourth rusher up top where Jordan Lewis was. Now I, Jalen Smith, would end up guarding Larry Fitzgerald and my nickelback would end up guarding a tight end in Dan Arnold. So I understand why the number switch might be an issue beyond just simply the discriminatory aspect of it all, but it might start to confuse defensive quarterbacks, which are the linebackers, and offensive quarterbacks, which are simply the quarterbacks.
Oh, man. So we talking discrimination and production issues right there. One, I just want to say I'm glad I didn't play linebacker. What the hell are y'all doing before the play?
Everything.
What is
Everything.
that?
So look, I tried to break it down simply. And again, for y'all NFL former players that watch this, understand I tried to simplify that for my guys, my gals, the viewers. But Sel, as a quarterback of the offense or quarterback of the defense, you always have to designate who your fourth rusher is.
Yes.
Right? And so you're my defensive end, you're my outside linebacker, so you and I can talk in this manner. If I see my tight end on the right side, I'm saying, hey, Marcellus, you're rushing. So if you're rushing, I, the linebacker on the right side, am guarding the tight end.
Yeah.
But if I don't know who the tight end is, and I say, hey, Marcellus, rush from the left, and Larry Fitzgerald is now on the right, I now have to guard Larry Fitzgerald. And the only reason I would be confused is because as a linebacker, 80 number, they likely a tight end. But all of a sudden, you come out in the 12, an 11, a 9, I don't know if he's a tight end. I don't know if he's a wide receiver. You got your coach in your head. Acho, make the call. Acho, make the call. Safety's yelling at you. Marcellus is making at you. Acho, which way am I going? What you want me to do? And all of a sudden, the system can't process. So I do think Tom Brady is mad, to your point. But what if now he's confused? Because he doesn't know, is that number 9 an outside linebacker? Or is that number 9 a safety? I don't know which way to turn my offense.
You know, I hear that, and fans are texting me right now. They don't even have my number, but they text me right now. I can hear the pushback. Hey, if you just know who the player is and know who his number is, then you know who in the hell he is in position, right?
So
hold on. You trying to skate around doing some extra work, Mr. Linebacker.
So peep this.
Okay.
Because we was talking to the producers, and this actually is a very enlightening conversation.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I know who the third wide receiver is. But the third wide receiver also has to play special teams because he's third on the depth chart. So say he runs down on kickoff and pulls his hamstring. I don't know who the fourth wide receiver is. And I also don't know who the second tight end is. Also, y'all like, wait, but tight ends are bigger than wide receivers. Are they? Because Kyle Pitts is supposed to be a top 10 wide receiver. We're going to talk about him later. He looks like a wide receiver. We know the name Mike Evans, but if we didn't know Mike Evans is 6'5", 240, he looks like a tight end. So all of a sudden, it's complicated. It's confusing. Because, yeah, I know the depth chart. I know the starters. I know CeeDee Lamb. I know Michael Gallup. I know Blake Jarwin. I don't know Dalton Schultz. You know what I'm like? I don't know the backups. Same thing with you, like, you know. We about to talk, y'all. I see. You know your right defensive end. You know your left tackle's go-to move. You know if he's either going to short set you, which just means he's going to try to attack you now, or if he's going to deep set you. But you don't necessarily know the backup left tackle's go-to moves. Well, or did you?
I mean, I did. But, you know, I'm different. But, well, you know what's interesting about that? Let's be real. You study what's most important in priority. There's only so much time in the day, and then also you got to go with the probability. Like, you give the backup a notice. Like, I got to read over the synopsis of him. But in terms of film study, the first guy's getting all of it. And then if you get the backup, first guy gets hurt, whatever, all you start to lean on is, he might be sorry. So then, therefore, I'm going to give him all I got. And then if you realize, he ain't sorry, he just didn't have an opportunity, he's actually good,